YouTube? It's your boy, the Memphis XL. Alright, welcoming you back to check this out. The show we take a look at every deck we want to take a look at. Be control deck, rogue deck, casual deck, command deck. And have ourselves a good old time today. Everybody who have an empty deck sent in to us by fans via our Discord. We're taking a look at a pure version of Spiritual Beast. It's a very complicated deck, Spiritual Beast. They are very combo heavy. One card start them up, so it leads to a whole bunch of different spots. But we're going pretty straightforward with this one. We're going to go for our Tamer Lair, our Cannahawks. We're going to loop the Cannahawk. Do all the things that Spiritual Beasts like to do, without being too insane about. We just want some nice, clean Spiritual Beast action. Show off what the base set can do. Of course, so we got ourselves our deck here today. We got to show off the wombos and the combos, the what do's and the what not do's. We'll have ourselves a good old time. I got my Spiritual Beast right here. I got my Karibo. He's going to be my compatriot here. And we're going to be heading into yugioh Pro and show off what this baby can do. So, of course, as always, if you want the whole deck list, it's going to be at the end. We'll have a YDK file linked in the description to our Discord. That's where all those go. And, of course, if you want to help the channel out, don't forget to hit all the buttons down below, especially if you're new. So, enough talking. Let's get right into the action and show off what the Spiritual Beast can do. Alrighty, everybody, our first opponent, another day and another card game. Not a great start, but there's some options here. You know, typically with our deck, we like to go first. We like to go first, or we like to set things up. We are up against Exodia. I need another monster, and I can do something about that. I can do something if I get a monster, but unfortunately, yeah, this is going to be tricky. Because Exodia Incarnate's all about setting up field nukes, and I don't like field nukes. Not especially. I can live with it to some degree, but not a lot. So let's start with Forbidden Thrupplet. We'll ditch Laura. That way we can at least stop Exodia Incarnate. He can't negate this, because I've discarded a monster, but he can play like whatever this is. I don't think he's going to play Exodia Flame, but it's possible. I just really, really doubt it. Alright, we're going to activate our Ritual Beast Inheritance. Very nice spell for unclogging, dead hands like this one happens to be. Basically, I can reveal this here monster in my hand. I can get a different Spiritual Beast with a different type. And then, I just got to ditch a card, which is just any card I need to discard. So let's get ourselves Cannahawk. We'll get to Cannahawk, and we're going to discard to the graveyard. Doesn't really matter who at the moment, but I'm going to ditch the Replica, just because I don't really need it right now. Oh. Well, that kind of killed my combo. So I'm just going to have to go for it. I'm going to summon that Cannahawk and see where this goes. Yeah, it's going to go into you field nuking, man. I figured as much. But, thankfully, I have outs to that. Oh, I have outs to so many different things. So we're going to banish our Cannahawk and our Laura here. Thankfully, this is why we play things like 2 Noctua Dragons. If if Cannahawk gets negated or whatnot, and I have the setup for it, I can just bring out Noctua. I can bring back Cannahawk if I need to, but for now, let's punch this thing into the face, and then we'll do what we want to do afterwards. Get out of here, Exodia. Get out of here. That's what I thought. And now we'll use Noctua Dragon to bring back Cannahawk. That way I can still, I can try to do my combos some more. Oh yeah, I can't attack, but that's just fine. Or I can't attack directly, I should say. So we're going to use Cannahawk's effect here. We're going to go ahead and banish. Where is Laura? Laura. No, wrong Laura. This Laura. There's 2 different Lauras in this deck. This is the part where we want to banish this Laura. Because when Tamer Laura gets banished, I can summon another monster. Now, I've already summoned, I got 2 Lauras there already. So I'm going to go ahead and get Zephrowinda, because why the heck not, just, use her more than anything else. And we're going to go for our ulti Cannahawk. This is the ultimate looper. He is another non-once-per-turn dude. So we're going to go ahead and, oh wait, yeah, because it was set up already. I won't get exactly what I was hoping for, but I can summon a couple of monsters, which is fine. This isn't the combo I was hoping to start with, but it's something. It's something. I've got Ambush to recover a couple monsters. I got Steeds, I can pop 2 cards, so depending on what my opponent's trying to do, which we won't know what they're doing. Because Exodia deck, if you stop Exodia, it's like, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? So, I mean, that duel serves as a decent warm-up enough. You don't really get like the full picture of what we're trying to do just yet, but you understand that what we're trying to do is pretty straightforward. We're just trying to get ourselves established, and with Cannahawk, it's a one-card stop. You know, if you get stopped by Exodia and stuff and field nukes, that makes it troublesome, but it is possible to play around those things. It is something that we can do. Let's go ahead for duel number 2, show off more what this deck really wants to do. I've got some big combo lines to do. They're very complicated. I hope I don't screw them up. But we're going to go into them, and hopefully we can get Cannahawk and get him on the board and do everything we want to do. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. Now, sadly, we don't get to go first, which is something, like I said, it's something we want to do in this deck. Ooh, this would have been a great hand to go up against a combo-y deck or something. Oh, it's the Archfiends. I just played these the other day. Literally yesterday. Okay, this works. I know everything about the Arch, although this seems to be more non-standard to, like, the new stuff that I did. I mean, he's got the new stuff. He's got Royal Archfiend. He's got the Beast of Talwar, which you can just special summon. Either play a target monster with equip spells, which is neat. Oh, Lair of Darkness. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Alright, that could mean a lot of different things. Let me think about this here. Don't exactly have a hand that speaks with a mighty power, but I have a penguin. So at the very least, we can attempt to do things. We'll see how it goes. Thankfully, I'm too big for Crush Card Virus. If I was a little bit smaller, he could Crush Card me, and that could be troublesome, but we'll see where this goes. Got my Rampengu. We're going to use its effect. Does allow me to banish one of my extra deck monsters, or it would. It was going to do that until it stopped doing that. I see. Alright, well, at the very least, we've got a couple of cards we can play. And we can activate D-Fissure. So, at the very least, everything that's going to be sent to the grave will be banished instead. Something we normally play after the combos are done. You know, it's kind of like, we can't play around things getting banished. This is more to counter my opponent than anything else. Like, I have things that are nice when they get banished. But not everything. So let's try for Steeds. We'll pop this... Oh, wait. I forgot. This can't be popped. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I misread the signal. Okay. That's on me. But that's okay. I can still work. I just need a tamer. Literally any tamer. When will work. Literally, she's actually the best thing I can draw right now. So we're going to summon out Wen and bring back Rampengu. Because that's what she does. You summon her out. Stop the game things. Stop it. Alright, anyway, we're going to activate our ambush. Just bring them both back. What do you say to that one, son? What do you say to that? Alright, so let's go ahead and use Rampengu's effect, because I'm just going to keep trying to do these effects. If this guy's going to keep using negates and things, I'm going to keep trying to do stuff. So we're going to banish Ultigaya Pello. And we're going to send somebody else to the graveyard. Let me think this. Let's ditch Laura, who will get banished. And then she's going to bring down another monster. And this way we can get Cannahawk going. Bird. Bird. This bird is ready. What say ye to that, sir? What say ye to that? Alrighty. Very nice. So, with that all in mind... let's activate Cannahawk's effect. Gonna go ahead and banish, I'm thinking it, because this is gonna be non-standard at this point, what we're up to. I really wish there was another Spiritual Beast that did something when it was banished. Regrettably, that is not the case. But it is neither here nor there, so... let's go ahead and use a couple of monsters, and we're going to summon out our boy Spiritual Beast, Cannahawk. And see where this goes, and if he does try to play something, we should be good. So we're going to target Laura, and then my opponent might do something. Unless he's smart, and he's just waiting for me to use the other effect. Which is possible. It's possible. We don't yet know these other... I mean, this is Lair of Darkness. You would assume... he would have something to tribute my monsters with, but evidently he doesn't. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and bring back our monster. Oh, I made a slight boo-boo there. That's one of those don't do it. I was supposed to target Cannahawk with that effect. I mean, I can still make this work, but I could have made it even better. So, with that done, I mean, I can't just summon Cannahawk again, but let's try to do something different here. So, that's 2,400, right? Okay. Let's summon Ultipelio. Why the heck not? Just something different. We'll summon out Ritual Beast Ultipelio. When he attacks, my opponent can't do... Well, he can do that. And he's going to... What is this doing? He's going to get rid of all my spells. I see. Activate Pot of Acquisitiveness. Get back some of the cards I've used up. Specifically, like, my play starters and things. And draw myself another card. Hopefully a monster card. Okay, it's a trap card. What did he pick? He did pick spells. Okay. You might learn to regret that, sir. Alright. This is not great, but I can make it work. Because I drew into my ambush, and this is like a really good card to draw into. And yeah, I get myself a free spiffy token too. So, okay. Not a great scenario, but he's out of back row. He's in a top deck scenario. This thing's cool and all, and I wish I still had steeds, but that's neither here nor there. Not a big deal. Alright, and he's going to get that back. I'm going to activate Ambush to get back my two monsters. One from Banishment, one from the Grave. And we should be good there. So here's where we go. Okay, Ivor, sorry, you're going to have to go. That's okay. Let's activate Rumpengu's effect. We'll banish another Ultipelio. He's just the best thing to banish for stuff. And let's see, where's Cannahawk? Can't get Cannahawk right now. How's this thing work? I could be neat. Oh, this is sending it to the grave, that's right. I'm not going to do it. Well, I'm going to ditch Winda for later, I think. I'll think that could work. So let's once more... I'm thinking here. It's always a thing when the combo gets interrupted and you gotta get clever with what you're trying to do. Because I can summon and knock to a dragon, which I'm going to do in a hot second, but not just yet. We're going to summon out Ultipelio. This will activate Laura's effect, because she got banished. That's going to summon myself out of Cannahawk. Good old Cannahawk will do its thing. And we're going to go ahead and banish... Let's see, Laura's already used her effects, so that's not going to do me any good. So we're going to banish... Again, I wish there was somebody else that did something when they were banished. It's kind of weird that Konami made Laura the new Super Laura, but they didn't add any other spiritual beasts that like to be banished. It's really weird. So I'm going to ditch the Dolphin, I think. And we're going to go ahead and summon out into our Noctua Dragon. And let's see, what else can I do? Target 2 banished monsters, summon them in defense mode. I got lots of stuff. So for now, let's go into Ye Olden Battle Phase. And I'm just going to punch this dude's monster in the face. I think that'll work just fine. You know, there comes a time when the combos must stop and the attacking must occur. So that's what we're going to do. Now, normally I'd love to go to Ultipelio here. Unfortunately, I have no hand. So, let's see. Cannot target Ritual Beast monster with card effects. That could be useful. Plus, that's a quickie. So, I'm just going to leave my board alone. I'm going to leave my board alone for now. Yep. I mean, you got your Lair of Darkness. Nobody's being tributed, so I don't know what you're thinking. But now I can't be targeted thanks to Noctua Dragon. And even if he played, like, Dark Hole or something, I think my boy might be dead ski. Or I'm dead ski, but we'll wait until it's my turn. Okay. I wish my opponent a GG. There you go. So, there you go. That's more of what the deck wants to do. We are overwhelming our opponent with big old fusion monsters. Are we getting the full combos? No. But that's okay. You know, this is a deck that's me. I'm trying to relearn a lot of these combos and things. So, let's go ahead for a third duel. And that should be good for today. Alrighty, everybody, it's time for our third and final opponent, the last chance at romance, the fight, and third, all the good stuff. Our opening hand is an interesting affair. I mean, I really like the inheritances here. Like I said, this is just like a This is a card you just want to play in any Spiritual Beast deck, but especially a 60-card variant like what we have here. So let's reveal a Elio here, and we're going to get to Cannahawk. And with any luck, I can finally show off that one big combo I got. I already have Steeds, which is great, but this works too. So we'll ditch Apelio for now. And we're going to summon our boy Cannahawk. Alrighty. So we're going to open up a Cannahawk. We're going to go ahead and banish the Spiritual Laura. That'll get me the OG Laura, and then we can just go from there. Alright, so we're going to special summon, yes, the OG Laura. Good. And then we're going to go into our boy, the ultimate Cannahawk. Funnily enough, this guy's being ridden by Elder and not by Laura. So that's just kind of neat. So we're going to go ahead and use the first effect of Cannahawk. We're going to target... I had to write this part down. I forget all the time. No. Yeah, we're going to target, two Lauras. And then we're going to activate the second effect to bounce back Cannahawk. We're going to target Laura and Cannahawk. Those will come back to the board. Laura will go back to the graveyard and search us a card, being When. Let's see, where is Win? She's right. Aha, there's. Well, I already have Win. I'm gonna get the Rapengu. I'm just gonna get somebody different because I can. Alright, so I can change a monster's position, but I really don't need to do that. So we're gonna go ahead and continue the combo by going into Cannahawk. We're gonna banish Rapengu from the deck so we can use it later. And we're going to summon out our Link monster, which is Ulti Kimafalkos. Like so. We're going to use Kimafalkos' effect. We're going to banish Cannahawk. And this will allow me to summon out Tamer Wen. When Tamer Wen gets summoned, I get to bring back a monster. We'll bring back Rampengu. Let's see. Bring back the boy. And then we're going to use his effect. See, this is the part where Spiritual Beasts get very combo-y. This is one of the bigger, long-winded combos we do. So we're going to banish Apelio, and that was for... Yes, we want Winda sent to the graveyard. And that way, we can next go into a Noctua Dragon, banishing... Let's see, what was it again? Laura and Winda. So we want Winda, and we want Laura. So, bring that Noctua Dragon. And then we want to go into Cannahawk once more. There we go. We're going to go into Cannahawk, because this is not a once per turn thing with Cannahawk. So we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to target Pengu and Win with the first part of this effect. And then we're going to go for the second part of the effect, which is to go for Win and Winda. Abachamba. That's what this is the big part. Thankfully, my opponent's being very... They're being very kind and thoughtful about this one. So we want to search out Elder as the next part of this. And now, having done all this, no, still not doing that part. But we're going to go for our big Link 4 here. This is Ultra Rarity. We're going to use, let me think. I'm trying to remember the same thing. It was Drago. Yeah, I figured this was it. Yeah, Drago, Win, and the Bird. We're going to use those three to summon out Ultra Rarity. We're going to use its effect. And we are going to recover the Hawk. And that's going to get me the ability to normal summon again. And we're going to go for Elder. We will have to stop this combo in a hot second because obviously we're running low on time. But this is most of it anyway. We've got our Cannahawk. We're going to use its effect again. Because again, you just do this every time. And we're going to banish Apelio. And then we're going to go to Ultimate Hawk one last time. Indeed, indeed. Abachamba. Bring out the ulti Cannahawk just one last time. Last time with this one. So we're going to go ahead and get Hawk and Elder back. And then get, let's see, what was the other part? We're going to get Elder and Apelio to the board. And that should lead to a pretty safe start for our first turn here. Very nice. I just get whatever card I really want. I already have Steeds. Should I get another Steed? I'm going to get another Steed. Just in case. Just in case. So we're just going to get another Steed. What can I summon now? I could summon Ultigaya Pelio. Let me double check here. See, he can't tribute. This would have been perfect against the last dude. I think we're pretty much fine. Pretty much. Because Ulta Pelio is the cards I control. I need an ulti monster, a tamer, and a spiritual monster. So I'm just going to call it a turn. You know what? My opponent's been very thoughtful. They've sat through all of that. So I'm going to let their turn go. And they may do as they please. Okay, we're up against the Darklords. Lords of Darkness. Ooh. Let's see. I could use the effect of Banish Stuff, but I will wait on that one. I can target a Ritual Beast, one of my Ritual Beasts, and I can banish it and my opponent's stuff. This is really great if I have Laura as well. But we're pretty set. I mean, I've got Winda as an emergency. If she gets destroyed, I can just bring out Ultipelio. Let's see. Yes, I can banish Laura now if I really need to. Do I have Laura in the graveyard? I don't. Yeah, I do. I do. Yeah, if I need to, I have a Pelio. I can banish Laura from the graveyard, give all my monsters a 500-point stat boost, and then Laura will summon out another monster. No! He gave me something weird. I don't know what am I supposed to do with this? What is this supposed to do? Alright, let's see. Itchel's gonna do her thing, as she likes to do. Boo-boo. I do remember with the new Dark Lord support, they have the fusion spell that uses cards of mine. That could be a tricky thing. Let's go ahead. We're going to activate a Pelio's effect. Just have some interaction here. We're going to boost the attack of our monsters. And get out another monster. So we're going to activate Terra Laura's effect. Again, another wave of Ritual Beasts that have some benefit from being banished. Would be pretty cool right here. Just saying, Konami. I know you have it in you. I believe in you, Konami. Even if you're a bunch of silly people, at least you're not Nintendo. that's my critique of the day. So let's see where this is gonna go. Dark Lord of Pleasure. Let me think about this here. So what's this thing? Banishing material from hand, field, and or grave. So there's not much point in doing anything about that yet. Not especially. I'd rather him fusion first. Because we don't yet know... Oh, is that Asmodeus? Well, that was Asmodeus a minute ago. Cannot target cards with card effects. The only event this card is summoned. Set a Dark Lord spell and a Dark Lord trap. Okay. Pay 1,000 life points. Target spell trap in the grave. So basically, he can reuse the fusion spell. And that's a quick effect, yes. Alright, this is where things will get a little trickier. I mean, I don't worry about the trap so much as the spell. The spell could be a problemo. Alright. And I can't target you. Alright. Let's see how this goes. I am going to be interested to play the new Dark Lord support, because I'm at a bit of a binge of playing new stuff. Tomorrow we're going to be playing Constellas, or at least I hope to play Constellas. I'm going to be very busy. But if I have the time to play Constellas, I will. So, having done all these things, I'm going to activate my first steed. See where that goes. I want to pop these 3 cards just to kind of interrupt my opponent a smidge. I mean, I have a lot of interruption. I got double steed plus rarity, whose name I refuse to pronounce correctly. That could be it, but I don't think that's how it is. What do you think, Karibo? Yeah, I agree. Okay, so he's going to, of course, activate Lucifer's effect. Good old Merrinster. I like how they have, like, Dark Lord Morningstar, who is Lucifer, and then you have just straight up Lucifer. Does that mean Morningstar was not Lucifer this whole time? Who was he? Lucifer's cousin? His twin brother? I don't know. Hard to say. But he's going to get Rebellion. Interesting. Alright. Pop a couple of cards. Okay. Fill up all my opponent's monsters, if nothing else. I always forget that it's only monsters, sadly, with steeds. It's still something, but it's not like I can nuke my opponent's whole board. And one of the new dudes does something when he hits the graveyard, of course. That adds another Dark Lord. Oh, they have Search of Droplet, too? I mean, it makes sense. It does make sense, doesn't it? Let's see. Has to be a card they control. Alright. Well, that means Tree is going to be pretty much useless here. You got Itchel, and Itchel, that's the cool thing about Darklords, is they can all copy the effects of their spell traps in the graveyard. It's pretty beefy. Pretty beefy. The problem here is going to be if he goes for the original fusion, that can't be destroyed by card effect, if I remember correctly. And unfortunately, now that he has the droplet, I don't think I can out that. I don't know if I can out that at all. I don't think I can. Not really. Unfortunately, this might be the game, because I don't really have an ouch to this. Cannot target fairies with card effects. Oh, no, this is fine. Also, he's going to discard a monster, and then I can't use Tree's effect. That's the thing. And no, thankfully, Steed is a non-targeted... What the heck did you just fuse into? Oh, wait, no, you're using Droplet, my bad. I was like, what is this a fusion of? It's not a fusion of anything. It's just more... Airballs. Airballs. It's just, it's not necessarily good. I never like seeing Christia. She just gives off bad vibes. I don't like those vibes. And you're going to get back Droplet. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. Blow up more monsters. See, I knew setting up 2 of these was a good idea. But y'all didn't believe me. Well, what do you think now? It was a good idea. Alrighty. And my opponent surrenders. Understandable, because they were almost out of time. But also, because they were out of time the second we rolled up with our Ritual Beast. So, I don't think it's going to get any better than that one. We've pretty much done the whole deck for the most part. So, let's go for the end screen, and we'll talk more about it. Alrighty, everybody. So, Spiritual Beast 60 card pile did surprisingly well for today, but we're not running into all the, super crazy meta. I played the casual server, and apparently the casual server is becoming more casual. I used to run into meta decks every other duel, but, that's beside the point. The point is, we got ourselves some nice duels today. We got to show off most of what our deck wants to do. We're just doing that contact fusion. We got some pretty crazy 1-card combos, some 2-card combos, and some combos we didn't even know we had. So, we're going to show off a good chunk of what this deck wants to do. So, we didn't really get to use, Gaia Pelio as much. He's kind of like the end of the rainbow boss monster. He's pretty potent when you get into him. But with how many combos the deck does, it's not as likely that you'll always be able to summon him out and be able to use his effect, but it's possible to summon him out. It's possible to have just a big hunk of beat stick thanks to Winda, and having the additional negate's cool, but it doesn't always happen. But, we got to do a lot of what we want to do. We looped the Hawk. That's always the most important thing with Spiritual Beast. We looped the Hawk. We summoned a Pelio, knocked to a dragon, got to do some stuff. Camouflagos, Rarity. Sadly, we didn't get the time. If we got into a grind game, I could have gotten into Petalfin. That would have been cool, too. But regardless, I'm glad with how the deck turned out, and I hope everybody at home enjoyed it as well. If you did, smack the like button. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. Because we're still trying to get to 1,000. I don't care how many setbacks I have. We're going to 1,000, no matter what I have to do. I won't do anything too drastic, I promise. Anyway, so here is the deck list for anyone who's curious. As always, it's also going to be on our Discord. I know I got to put a couple decks on the Discord still. I'm getting to it. So, here is our deck. It's a lot of P-ups for a lot of things. So, for the monster line, it's pretty much 3 of every Spiritual Beast. My boy Alchemist likes maximum consistency there. So we got our Pelio at 3, Winda at 3, Rapengu at 3, Cannahawk 3, which makes perfect sense. We have 3 copies of Petalfin, 3 copies of Zephyr Wendy, 3 copies of Wen, 3 copies of Zephyrapilka. We have 3 copies of Elder, 3 Laura, 3 Lara again. We have 2 copies of Pot of Avarice in case we get into a grind game, 2 copies of Ritual Beast Return for a Monster Born-esque effect, 3 copy Droplet in case we need the darn thing, 2 copies of Pot of Inquisitiveness if we need to recover banished stuff. We have ourselves 3 copies of Ritual Beast Inheritance for consistency boosting, 3 copies of D-Fissure, which is a card you play after you combo, more often than not. You don't really want to play this before the combo a lot of times, because we kind of like the graveyard at certain points. It's a thing. So, depending on where you're at in the combo, D-Fissure can either make your board, break your board, or break your opponent's board. So we also have 3 copies of Ritual Beast Steed, which is a nice card, especially if we're in Darklords. 3 copies of Ritual Beast Ambush, which is just great recovery of banished or graveyard-bound monsters. 3 copies of DD Post, which can banish cards from the hand or grave, shuffle banish cards back into the deck, and it also boosts your monsters for like 300 for every card type amongst your banished cards, so it's a card for recovering things. And it's got some interesting tactics there. We didn't really see it today, but that's another card we have. We also have 3 copies of Ultimate Providence, which, funnily enough, it features the Spiritual Beast, so if nothing else, lore accurate. It shows Old doing its thing, protecting everyone and what have you. So it's another card we play just to have some little bit of interruption of my opponent in case things go south or what have you may. For our extra deck, we have 2 copies of Ulta Falcos, which gives us additional summonings and such. We have 2 copies of Ulta Reroutree, which is our big honkin' boss monster. It can let me summon out Ritual Beast monsters. It can banish my opponent's stuff, prevents my opponent from tributing cards, so that's pretty dang neat. Granted, it's only to tribute for activating card effect. It doesn't stop Kaijus, but it's still a good card. 2 copies of Ulta Petalfin, which just can't be destroyed by card effect, so it's more of like a defensive shield thing. Kind of reminds me of the Shadal version, but not quite as potent. We have ourselves 2 copies of Ulta Cannahawk, which is like the ultimate Spiritual Beast. This guy used to be banned, he's so good. He used to be on the ban list, he's so damn good. He's got that non-once per turn thing. It's a lot of setup, but it works. We have 2 copies of Ulti Apelio for a nice beat stick of a monster. My opponent can't do stuff. Well, rather, he can do whatever he wants, but it won't work on Apelio once he battles. And we have ourselves our Noctua Dragon. Nice backup sort of fusion. We can summon it out by banishing the cards from field or graveyard, and then I can return it to the extra deck to bring back one of my banished monsters. So, really good if my opponent starts imperming our Cannahawks and what have you, but we already have some support. Very useful. And then last but certainly not least, we have 3 copies of Ulta Gaia Pelio. More often we banish this to use for Rampengu, but if you can summon him out with a hand, he's actually a pretty beefy boss monster. So as for the side deck, we have things like a Quill Pen of the Goldos, which allows me to target 2 wins in the grave and a card on the field, shuffling my cards from the deck, returning my opponent's cards to the hand. Good if you need to bounce stuff. It is, well, it's targeted. It's not perfect by any stand, but it's a neat little card. Recovery plus removal in the same form. We have more recovery if you ever find you need that. You have things like Pot of Avarice again, another Inquisitiveness. There's also a Pot of Riches, which, I mean, we rarely even see the Pendulums in here, but it's still an option. Also have another copy of Ritual Beast Return if you find you need the darn thing. There's Ritual Beast Spawn, which can banish Ritual Beast you control to summon out one of the fusions from the deck, ignoring its summoning condition. So, another card, very niche, but it can actually save your butt if you're in a sticky situation. And last but certainly not least, we have Jar of Avarice. Just more recovery. You know, these are mostly cards for like the grind game. It's Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! We don't really go into the grind game too often, but if you ever find you're going into like up against like a stun player or something, or like a mill player, like a runic player or something that's trying to stall the deck, that stall things out a lot, these cards can help. These cards can help you. So that's the deck, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed. Next time we're going to be taking a look at Constellatellas. So I want to see all these new things. We got Constellatellas for hires. We've got mother flipping. It's on the tip of my tongue. Constellars for hires. Freaking. It's on it. I remember all of them. I just can't remember the name all of a sudden. But regardless, we got a lot of new stuff coming. A lot more Discord decks. So thank you very much for watching. Till next time, your boy Memphis is signing out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all stay safe, stay happy, and y'all have a good one. Take care.